Hey, what's going on, traders? It's ProtegeFX here. Just wanted to make a quick video pretty much answering the question that I've been getting a lot lately since I got posted on Wicksdontlie's story. A lot of you guys have been asking if I trade like him, what's my technique. So pretty much the answer is yes, I do use Raja's trading style with a bit of my own Fibonacci in play with it. So it's definitely a really good trading style. I recommend it. For a lot of you guys that are new to Wix Don't Lie, definitely use his trading style. It works. And of course, stick to one pair, GJ. That's what we're trading right now. And that's what I'm going to kind of go over with you guys today. Pretty much my Thursday trades. Thursday was a day where I made 8% on a $100,000 account, which of course using proper risk management is pretty good. So I'll show you guys a couple trades that I did on that day. I feel like those trades pretty much exemplify the way I trade using the Fibonacci in line with Wix Don't Lie's support and resistance strategy. So first of all, let me just show you guys how I use my Fibonacci. If I were to go ahead and draw it up here, let's just see if I were to draw it up here. The way I use my Fibonacci is I have pretty much 4 key levels all right here. Fibonacci, for someone that's new and doesn't know, you draw it from the low to the high or the high to the low, and what you're looking for is a retracement. So in this case, this is a bullish Fibonacci, so we'll do from low to high, and you're looking for a retracement at one of these key levels. If it bounces off the 38.2, which is a bit risky and a bit rare, you're expecting for there to be a big move up. A proper retracement is somewhere between the 50 and the 61.8. This is like my golden zone. So when that happens, you're just expecting a proper move up, a retest to the high, and maybe a little bit more. When there is a 78.6 rejection, I personally don't take any trades at this level. This is just a level. I have it red because it's pretty much the last resort for this trend to work out. If it breaks below it, then I'm either expecting some type of consolidation in this range, or I'm expecting a pretty much turnaround in trends for it to go the other direction. So that's how I use my Fibonacci. I'm gonna go ahead and break down, like I said, Thursday's trade. This is Wednesday's daily candle. We're on the daily time frame on GBPJPY. And as you can see, I have major key levels drawn up on my charts here. This is the daily level, this white line right here. And as you can see, it was tested as resistance, support, resistance, a whole lot of resistance here. And from the previous week, we pretty much had a breakout and then a retest of it. And then when Wednesday closed bearish, that made my overall bias for Thursday bearish, because we have the Tuesday was the actual rejection. Now I wanted to see how Wednesday pretty much played out in terms of that rejection, and as it closed even more bearish and left a little bit of a range wick at the bottom, I'm expecting more continuation. So Thursday was a big news day, so I also wanted to see how news would play out. And that played out around a little bit before New York open, but I'll get into all of that in further detail here in a sec. So obviously with it moving down, what's our next price point that we're kind of probably going to see some stall at? I was looking at these 2 wicks here, so I'll just draw that up and then we'll go on lower time frames so we could check it out a little further more. Price right now is at Asian open. So we'll speed it up a little bit here in a sec. I'm on the replay right now, as you guys can see. So this is pretty much where I was looking for the next price, like the next bounce off of, possibly, not possibly, depending on the time that we're approaching this zone, of course. So this 4 hour, and then we're gonna go down to the 1 hour here, and we're just gonna play this out. I'm gonna put on my this is a personal indicator that I use and I've made. It pretty much just shows you colors for each session. So purple is the Asian, black is London, and gray is New York. So as you guys can see, we're approaching the New York close, or we're at it right now. and we're just gonna speed things up here until we're about where I wake up, which is 2 a.m. Eastern time, and that's where I start trading. So right here is pretty much where I start looking at the market. So we're gonna speed it up to there and see what I'm pretty much looking at in the morning. So here we are. This is what I woke up to, and obviously this previous level was acting as support right here. We can move this right here now, and price is pretty much respecting the previous support as resistance now. So if we look at that and draw this zone here, you can see it's in a nice little range, like a 40 pip range here, and that's still tradable within. So so obviously at this point, if I see like a 30-minute candle turn bearish, then I would take the sell, but that's not what we got exactly. I'll show you what happened. So with this wick right here, this is where I was well, I already had my Fibonacci's drawn up, and it was respecting the 61.8 very nicely. As you see, the 61.8 golden level, it's inside of this this support / resistance zone that I had drawn up. So as you can see, all the candles are closing under the 61.8. Even though this candle made a wick above, it's still rejected right off of the 78.6. So I'm still looking at bearish opportunity here. Obviously, usually well, if you traded London session, then you'll know usually right before London session there's like a fake out, kind of like it goes one direction and it changes right when London opens, or that would happen when London opens, it would go up, and then later on in the session it'll come back down. So with that being said, I didn't execute in the market right here. I still wanted to see pretty much my play on this move right here was putting stop orders. So what I did was I put a sell stop like right below the candle close, or yeah, where the candle's low was from previously, because this is a bullish candle. Pink on my chart is bullish, so it's a bullish candle. It's not confirmations for sells just yet, but obviously London open brings a lot of volume into the market. So whatever direction it wants to go, it's gonna go pretty fast. So with that being said, if it went bullish, then obviously I'm not in the trade and I'm safe. But if it went bearish, then I would get executed in the market, and then obviously from there, like my stop loss is a little bit above the 61.8 since it's been holding and respecting. And with that being said, as you guys can see from the way that this played out, I was in profits right away, no drawdown. Once market got to these previous wicks that happened right here from the previous two candles right here, I was pretty much securing half of my profits and then letting the rest run. I believe on that day, like Thursday, these runners got stopped out, which I was pretty much looking to secure a little bit more once we got down into this range that I had drawn up, this zone, sorry. But we didn't really get there, and then as you can see right here, my runners got stopped out at break even. So that trade idea was already done. And as you can see, these two wicks were still respecting the 61.8. So I took some minor trades, obviously with these big liquidity wicks. And on the top side, I'm expecting like a hard push to the bottom. So I took a small trade, like pretty much you'll see this next candle. What this next candle did is it went up a little bit. I was expecting it to go up to like the 50 and then reverse, but it didn't. So with that being said, I took on a small position because it only went up a little bit and then it started reversing. And then like when it got to like right here, that's when I took a trade. It went a little bit down and I just put my stops at break even like right away. I wasn't trying to risk losing some of my profits earlier in the session. So you'll see that's what this candle looked like. It had no bottom wick, so I pretty much secured a lot of, like, I'd say about like 75% of my profits, and I just let the runner at break even like around right here, and that as well, it ended up getting stopped out because I wanted the market to just keep going down. That's what I wanted. So it got stopped out by this candle here, and as you can see, this candle, if you go back, you'll see that this candle is actually news. So with there being a new low, we're gonna replace our Fibonacci from the previous high to the previous low, and you can see that the market, and we'll fix this zone here because now it's kind of like down here, or if you wanted to, you could tighten it up and say that this is the new zone and it's respecting as resistance. But anyways, you can see that it closed under the 38.2. It rejected all these zones here, and if you look at news, this was Thursday, everything was forecasted, and the actuals were the same as the forecast, so shouldn't have been much of any change in direction as far as the trend. It still respected this previous high, so I was happy about that. And I pretty much, if you trade New York Open or London Open, you know that usually a lot of times the moves repeated. So this is pre-New York right now, just like this was pre-London. And then I'm expecting with this high wick, just like this wick that happened right here, I'm expecting this to be the same exact thing, and then there'd be a hard push down, right? And obviously with my higher time frame analysis, I'm looking at that anyways, right? Because this is, well, this isn't what the candle looks like right now. It's more like right here, but we bounced off of this daily, and I'm expecting a hard rejection to go further down. So if we go back to the 30-minute here, I took on the same exact type of trade. I was pretty much putting my sell stop below the candle, putting my stop loss above the previous zone, so that's the 38.2. And like I said, with a 38.2 rejection, you're expecting heavy pushes. So with that being said, I took on like regular risk size. I wasn't doing like a minor risk because this is New York Open. I'm expecting a heavy push, and then I could close out half of my profits really quick and put my stop loss to break even really quick. So that's exactly what happened. As you can see here, this is 7:30. This still isn't even New York Open. So what I was doing here was pretty much putting my stop loss at break even, and I'm pretty sure I closed out a little bit of my trades here, like 25%, but I was expecting for New York Open to do the exact same thing and just push down, and that's exactly what happened. Somewhere down here I closed out a lot more, and I left a small runner, and that runner just kept on going. My next target, obviously from here, was this major quarter point that I have drawn up right here. I'm not going to get into major quarter points, or this is my monthly range, 25%. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but as you can see, like these are just psychological levels. You can look into quarter points if you want to, but pretty much every 250 pips from a solid number is a major quarter point, and these are psychological levels. But that's pretty much how I use my Fibonacci's in play with support and resistance that Wicksdontlie kind of uses. And anyways, I hope you guys got some value from this. I would definitely think about at least try, if you don't have a already profitable system, or you want to tune your system a little bit better, try using the Fibonacci levels and play with it. Obviously you still want to wait for candles to close, because you know, there's times where you might think that there's a rejection while the candle's still open, and like for instance this candle right here rejected off of the 61.8, and it could have came down a little bit, and then you're like, all right, bet we're taking a sell, and then you take that sell, you put your stop loss above here, and then there's a big fat candle, like the candle's not closed yet, so it still goes way up, and you get stopped out. And if you had a little bit more patience, then you would have won that trade. So wait for candle closes when you use the Fibonacci. And anyways, this is, like I said, this is my first video here, so I hope you guys enjoyed, took some value from this. If you guys want some more content like this, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be posting next week all my trades on my Instagram to give you guys further analysis, just like day by day, rather than doing it kind of later like I did with this video here. But yeah, day by day I'll have analysis posted on my Instagram at ProtegeFX. So you guys go ahead and follow that and look out for some more stuff coming soon. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a nice day. Happy trading. Bye-bye.